Once again, the Hive Tyrant is just getting focused down mercilessly here. The Commissar Lord and the Hive Tyrant both having to blink away from each other there. They're taking too much damage. And now you can see the Imperial Guard with the flamethrowers. Definitely not a bad choice. However, you can see the utility of this Warrior Brood with the Barbed Stranglers really helps out in terms of like micromanaging positions and stuff. It looks like the Sentinel, however, though, is a little overextended. Now you can see here this Razorback that is out, the first Tier 2 unit out right now from Spirit, doing some real damage here. Oh my god, that Sentinel has got to be careful here. I think this thing could definitely chase it down right now. Those twin-linked heavy bolters, oh, taking out the Sentinel, and that poor Sentinel flops over and dies. I always picture like an AT-AT from Star Wars getting tripped up by Ewoks whenever that thing falls over and dies. Anyhow, so this Razorback is going, and we have a second Razorback out of, coming out of the field right now for Spirit as well there, and double Warrior Broods out there. So that's pretty interesting indeed. Double Razorbacks could be real problematic. You never really expect people to do that, but when he's got double of everything else, that means he has basically 2 hit squads that can pile into those Razorbacks and go around and do whatever they want. Sheffy is looking a little weak right now. He has taken some damage. He is at low model counts right now. He does, however, have a Chimera getting out on the battlefield. That'll help him with having some more longevity in his fights versus the Tyranids. You can see right now, speaking of which, the Tyranids are taking care of this power node up north, and the Warrior Brood going to cap that victory point for the time being here. Hive Tyrant is going to just grit and bare his teeth and deal with that. He does have the bonded exoskeleton, so he's totally invulnerable right now. Just going to cap that victory point in front of everybody, and they're just going to have to ignore him right now. So it looks like about to have a double cap in play right now for the blue team. They are way down, though. They have been down 2-1 for most of this game, so it's 481 right now for Sheffy and DJHazzy, 255 for Schranz and Spirit right now playing as the blue team. You can see that this this quad heavy bolter fire coming out of these double Razorbacks right now, being pretty brutal indeed. Just kind of focusing down these gentlemen. It looked like there was a little bit of zap going on, courtesy of this Weird Boy up here. Weird Boy getting a nice little direct hit on the Razorback, but it looks like these he was just able to throw all of his little guys inside of that Razorback right there. Just kind of help keep it from spreading too much. That zap does like to jump between units right now. So like I said, it was 2-1, now it's 2-0, but you can see the Orcs are just going to cap the central point again. And yeah, so we have Spirit pretty much has been down in the southern position almost this entire game. Schranz has been north largely this entire game. However, he has been migrating around with his Hive Tyrant. We have Sheffy up here in the northern position for the most part, and DJHazzy down to the south for the most part here. Oh man, and I totally missed a nice little chase down of the Hive Tyrant here. Looks like the War Boss and his Slugger Boys were able to chase that gentleman down and beat him to death upon the stairs there, unfortunately. But now we can see that this hit squad, which was just moments ago on the southern side of the map right now for Spirit, can do whatever it wants. It really has total mobility on the map right now. Just being able to deploy 4 squads out of nowhere and show up with quad heavy bolter fire, pretty sweet indeed. And that's exactly what he's doing right now, shifting all around the map. You can see that the Warriors are capping the center right now. Really great dynamic map control going on for the blue team. They seem very coordinated. That's one of those things that it's hard to appreciate after the fact, but they're just really, they're doing the right moves in terms of like splitting their troops up. It's hard to break out of this mentality, usually especially in big team games where you have fighting happening along columns. Like, it's very natural to want to say, okay, I'll take the top, you take the bottom. And largely you should do that, but there are plenty of exceptions to the rule like you're seeing right now. And the fact that he just unhesitatingly will abandon the south and come up here and just beat the heck out of a whole bunch of Imperial Guard shows good coordination units there. And you can see right now that DJHazzy showing up right now to try and help out. Oh, wonderful use of the charge ability right there. I think we saw a big stop. Here we go. Big stomp coming out there right now. I don't think it hit anybody, but he knocked back all of those gentlemen and using his choppas, the Storm Boys coming in, doing tons of damage and just kind of driving back this whole Space Marine menace here. But now bumping into the rest of, it looks like a nice little seismic roar coming out, the rending talons there for the Hive Tyrant. But now bumping into the might of the Tyranid army here. We've just got massive looking team battles here. We can see the Razorback just kind of skirting around right now. And looks like, for the most part, I think Schranz backed up by a little bit of Spirit here is going to be the remainder left over after that transaction. However, we do still have a Chimera on the battlefield. The heavy weapons team is out there right now. They have been upgraded to have a last cannon, hopefully to be able to do some damage to that Razorback, but unfortunately they do not have enough support right now and are just going to have to retreat away. If they tried to set up, they'd just be swamped by Tyranid units and whatnot. So likely just going to hop into that Chimera and try to retreat there. You can see the Venom Brood right now synergizing nicely with all of these ranged Termagants right here. Oh, a beautiful looking zap right there from the Weird Boy. Zap is just going to go off and do quite a bit of damage there, although he's not even moving at all. He might not even have seen it. It is going to go through the full duration, jumping between those 3 squads. Looks like he took some losses to it, but whatever. Invulnerable Hive Tyrant right now, just strutting his stuff. Stomping around, but it looks like he's going to take way too much damage. Power melee from all of these Catachan Devils combined with Focus Fire. But no, never mind. Seismic War knocking back every single person around him. Going to cover his retreat right now, and he's going to be fine. Looks like really deep positioning right now from Schranz as he has pushed all the way in, capping some of these points. And he does control the northern victory point. It looks like the red team has the central victory point and about to have the southern victory point. So 220 victory points for the blue team, 377 for the red team. Still lots of dynamic back and forth action. You can see these double Razorbacks here. It's just a real pimp way to travel around. I love the way that looks. We'll have to see where he's planning on heading next. We can see pretty much all of the blue forces are in the center of the map right now, which is odd. Although we do have this one tactical marine squad with the rocket launcher who's up here. Trying to put some pressure on this Chimera, perhaps. Stormboy's bravely charging in. We can see the Warboss right now, perhaps crippling poisoned. Yes, he is. Stormboy's, however, having to retreat. Very unfortunate retreat path here. We'll have to see if Spirit is going to unload his troops, trying to get maybe a nade spike or perhaps just some force melee. We do have a nade spike coming down the ground. That looks beautiful. Oh, look at that, taking out the entire Stormboy squad. Ouch, that was brutal. Great reaction time, and now we have some Terminators in the field right now for Spirit as well. I love the manner, by the way. He just lost his whole squad. What does he say? He says in the chat one, nice one. He realizes that was a nice play. No problem whatsoever complimenting his opponent mid-game. Good manners go a long way, especially if you're going to be playing the same people over and over again. I love seeing that. Anyhow, we can see there are tank busters out in the field right now, but DJHazzy is just being annihilated right now. He's just taking so much damage at the hands of this. And just look back and appreciate the force that is out in the field right now for Spirit. So for the most part, there's been a lot of trading of units happening between Schranz and Sheffy and DJHazzy in particular. But really, by and large, Spirit has just been... Spirit is indefatigable in terms of using big words today here. He just has not made any errors. He has just been playing perfectly so far and has the biggest army on the map right now. Not only does he have double tack, double scouts, double Razorback, but now just some Terminators, just for good measure with the assault cannon. He can pretty much deploy his forces anywhere on the map he wants now and take control. He doesn't even need his ally at this point for most of these fights. He's pretty awesome, which is great because it frees up Schranz to do whatever he wants. As you can see, Schranz is trying his best to continue waging war up here in the north. However, he keeps bumping into all sorts of problems with the Commissar Lord and the Catachan Devils in particular are quite annoying. Let's take a look at some tech right now. We can see that the Commissar Lord, Power Sword, he's got the flak jacket right there so he can inspire terror attacking his opponents, and Stubbornness, which gives him increased hit point regeneration based on the number of squads around him. We can see, oh, look at that. Look at that old reliable shot right there, knocking back the vast majority of the Tyranid forces right now. This is the ranged blob. Pretty much for the rest of the game, you can expect this ranged blob to be moving around in one big unit there. We can see now a Carnifex is out on the battlefield. And quite interestingly, the Carnifex has picked up the Barb Strangler. It is now deploying Spore Mines out on the field right now. The Barb Strangler being used to suppress big blobs, as you can see right there. Beautiful shot from that Barb Strangler. And now that they are suppressed, you can see the Spore Mines going in as well. Oh, God, Spore Mine Massacre. Really, really good stuff there. I think that's quite a sexy choice for his Carnifex because he knows he is largely fighting blobs of Imperial Guard units. Again, just intense fighting going on here. I know there's all sorts of wonderful pushing going down south, and it looks like I just missed, perhaps it was the Tank Busters combined with the Weird Boy taking out one of the two Rhinos. I want to call them Rhinos. Razorback is actually what it is. In the northern side here, we can see the Hive Tyrant grabbing that. And just this back and forth fighting, it looks like has turned out in Schranz fans' favor right now. Beautiful seeing the Carnifex out there with his big old ranged Barb Strangler kind of moving in synergy here with the rest of the ranged blob. All that's looking pretty sweet there. Taking a look around, we can see that this very wounded Chimera here, it looks like the heavy weapons team is trying to set up and repair the Chimera. Good use of doing both of those. We do have, ooh, look at that. We got a Brood Nest being dropped up here by the Hive Tyrant right now as well. So Hive Tyrant just making some lasting changes to the north. And as you would expect, given the size of Spirit's forces, he's had no trouble just kind of controlling the middle and bottom half of this map right now. We can see the Assault Cannon Terminators out there, putting a lot of pressure on this Weird Boy. He's continually having to retreat backwards. And things are looking kind of grim for DJHazzy right now. He's under a lot of pressure. More towards the north, we can see that Sheffy is just relentlessly continuing his attack here against the Tyranid. This is a difficult position to be in. The Tyranid is all blobbed up. He has pretty much all the units he wants right now for the time being. And now we can see even once again, Spirit having such a strong central position has no problem just swinging northward. And now it looks like Sheffy is in a good position here to get double teamed if he's not careful. He's putting up a good fight here, but it's going to be tricky. However, do not count out DJHazzy right now. He is on the battlefield and angry. Look at that, getting some wonderful shots off on this Razorback. They're coming in for the kill, and the Razorback goes down to a whole bunch of tank busters right now. So again, flanking the flanker. DJHazzy coming in out of nowhere and getting some great kills off. And now we can see use your choppas being used in conjunction with the War Boss and with the Knobs right now, just pursuing after all of these Terminators. I think the Terminators are going to get out of there just fine. And now we even have a Lictor on the field. So all players are tier 3, kind of anyone's game right now in terms of what kind of units are going to be out there. Lictor is an interesting choice. It'll certainly help Schranz fan. Ooh, look at that. It'll certainly help him pick off War Bosses if he's not careful, but also it'll help him kind of ninja cap some stuff later on. Just a good overall late game choice there. Lictor spam being kind of common for certain team games.